Hello everybody, welcome back to FTL Mods. As you can see, the FTL's cat mission is back on. Once again, it's optional. And whenever I get the option to make it optional, I tend to go with it, because I like Captain's Edition. Anyway, this is another ship that's made by myself. Been having more and more fun with it, and I tend to take it a little step further every single time. So normally I didn't really do any of the imagery myself on the fire hazard. Made some interior images myself. Now we're going a little bit further. I swiped the hull images again, but I had to modify it quite a bit in order to make it work. So let's have a look at it. Replaces Mantis A ship from a long forgotten time, captured by Mantis and now used for what the Manti do best. Okay, there's a typo. The Forgotten. So yeah, I could show you the original image I started off with, but you can probably tell that if you do end up clicking the link below to actually download the ship, I'll post an image up there. So I had to turn it 90 degrees, cut the tips of the wing off, and did some coloration to make it a little bit. Well, I made the accents. These accents I ended up coloring red, so it would at least give you the impression that it's being a bit of a Mantis ship, although it doesn't really fit the FTL style, but hey, gotta work with something. So, what do you start off with? The usual, as in shields and engines, oxygen weapons and stuff like that. Weapons are 2 ion stunners, as you've probably already noticed. Actually kind of fun to do. And instead of sensors, you get a lifeform scanner, clone bay, and a level 4 slot teleporter. Now, how did this thing come to fruition? Well, I've called in the FTL community on the Steam forums. Said I had a hull ready. Make your do. Well, let me know what you would like to see fit on it. At the end, I went with the ideas of the 21CB, the Festive Wagon, and just looking through here, LB Prime 2324, which is also the administrator of the FTL role-playing group on Steam. If you really want to get into that, it's really fun. Been chugging along quite nicely with my anomaly. So yeah, if you ever want to do roleplay of your own, come swing by. I'll put a link in the description. It'll be fun, trust me. Now, on to things at hand. Pressing start. So you can now finally see the hull in its whole, as in the entire thing on screen. Cutting it pretty darn close here at the top and bottom. But that's cool. Ended up at a level 2 clone bay because, well, it doesn't really heal you too much, and I just got annoyed by it. And that's the benefit of being a modder of your own. You can change things if you don't like them. Sure, you can do the same thing with, well, so I'm not going to use the ion stunners here because I'll end up hitting my own crew with them, and they'll be stunned as well, making it possible for them to fire in another rocket. Getting another Mantis straight away is a huge get, and we do seem to have a breach somewhere. The missile landed here, so it's probably there. Yep, cool. I'm not gonna do a complete run of this. Probably just the 45 minutes and see where we end up in that time, because I've got something else in store for the Thursday episode. I got him with the missile launchers. Well, I think it's gonna be good. It all depends on what happens to this dude. He's probably gonna die, but can the rest fend off the remaining people. They could. Okay. So I'm probably going to kill these two off because they really are low on health. A level 2 clone bay can really heal your crew quite fast, but if you only get one jump, it's not going to be enough. So I haven't really used the weapons yet. It could be quite good at the boarding strategy. You can, like, if you have one in shields, one in piloting, and one in engines, which, yeah, engines, weapons. I mean, anyway, if you've got something like that going, you can stun the guy in shields, stun the guy on piloting, and then go take out the dude in weapons before the other two can actually know what the fudge is going on. We'll try and get that thing going, which we'll probably be able to if we come across a ship that has no freaking missile launcher, like this one. So, yeah, it'll probably help if I actually do get my ion stunners working here. So, imagine that I want 2 mantises to take care of that NG. Take care of the Rockman first. Well, pretty just fire both of your shots on the piloting, because even if this hit bounces off shields, well, bounces off, it still ionizes the shields, which which will then ionize the dude in shields, while the other shot will go for piloting. Probably don't have to tell you how an ion stunner works, though, so... Right, that's 2 hits. We then board everyone in here. He'll be stunned, and he won't be able to go, so we can send the Mantis in to get some hits in before the NG wakes up as well. And then he leaves for some strange reason, but that's his idea. Probably because they prioritize shields over piloting. And that was that. So yeah, the ion stunners. I tend to go look for things that haven't been done before. And there's probably not too much out there, but I mean, like, things that I haven't come across yet and looks like fun. In this case, having nothing but ion weapons and having to rely on boarding. Socialize with Mantis? Yeah, 4 Mantis. So, at this point, there's not too many more ships that can stop me. We can even board AI ships if we truly want to, because we've got a clone bay. Just need to find the power to actually warm it up. Sure, you probably want to get a weapon going, of course. So Pike Beam seems like a pretty good haul here, seeing that we start off with ion weapons. I'll get the chain laser as well, why not? Sure, we can, well, we can use the charge laser if we wanted to. Sure, yep, okay. Normally I wouldn't do it, I would just go with the Pike Beam, get it up and running, but... bleh. Right, live a little. Besides, I don't think this one's going to form too much issues. We could wait for the ion stunner, but we'd probably get hit in the process, and we'll probably be able to kill the crew before they get too many shots off anyway. Well, that was lucky. Okay, moving on. So yeah, you can see level 2 medbay does get your... yeah, we're not going to surrender this. With only 1 shield, I'm just going to wait. Not going to wait, just going to drive in. See? So I'm assuming if I now... well, might as well go for weapons, you two. And you two go for shields. Yeah. You can really mess around with the enemy crew if you really wanted to. Alright, now get all my people back before that flag hits. I'm gonna upgrade shields while I'm at it. There we go. Not a moment too soon. So yeah, you are playing with a true mantis ship. And for those known with composition, you know what that means. For those not aware of the composition, don't worry about it. If I should get a cheap blast. Sure, why not? Means we can send you to weaponry. So I have done a test run with this one before, and I was actually planning on showing you two sectors of the first two sectors with this run and the last two with my test run. But the game couldn't launch anymore. As in, I clicked continue and the game just crashed. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe because I did things. I don't know what those things would have been, but... So we don't need another mats. We got a pretty nice assortment of them. We don't really need repairs or drone parts. Let's speak with a human. Cool. Now, I don't know which quest marker it is. I suppose we'll find out once we get to both of them. Find a station that has orders your cargo. Hey. Be nice, man. Alright. We'll then try and get the weapons up. So the yeah, something I probably should mention, so I probably won't be able to show it off here. Man, this human is really fired up. So yeah, of course the ship comes with artillery, as it's got itself a PDSs as well. You dicks. Well, depending on how quickly I can breach through that ion shield, we're not gonna be too long here. That's gonna be annoying. Man, 2 misses and my engines get completely destroyed. You are kidding me, right? Are you just here to watch me fail? Alright, time to end this. There goes the other NG. Well, I only have to get the engines working and we can immediately jump out of here, I think. At least that's how I think it works here. Yeah, okay. So there's not too much combat on this one. No, looks like it isn't. Sure. Oh, I thought I would... a 4-slot teleporter plus a 4-man boarding squad. I think that's more than properly equipped. But yeah, probably should have clicked teleporter there. Ah well. Alright, everyone back to their stations except for the Manti who need to be in here. And you need to be in here. So there's only 2 people left that were on the correct station there. Oh well. Station saved. Let's buy some more power. Had enough with just the one, I think. But hey, we'll upgrading our weapons soon anyway, so it won't matter too much. That's 1. Means I can go Pike Beam plus an Ion thing. Or Ion plus Charge Laser. Depending on what mood I'm in and how badly the enemy pisses me off. So once again we're safe here, and I'll show you the wondrous intricacies of the ion stunners again. And I was also on the ramp page of discussing the artillery. So yeah, it does come with artillery. It has the artillery mount. Probably won't be buying it here because, once again, like I told you, I'm not going to do a full run of it. And artillery is quite expensive. The artillery I've went with here is, and this is only, of course, valid for people playing this one with the Captain's Edition active, with that heavy effector that does 4 ion damage on a 13 or 26 base cooldown. Not entirely sure. Either way, the artillery is random, so there's a pretty darn good chance that it's just gonna hit an empty room. So it could be that it's just well, there it is anyway. Let's pop these up a notch, and if we now come across an AI ship, we're ready for it. Let's see the kill combat. Not gonna be using automated drones, so. This. Wait. Yeah. I can send in the crew, but I'll send them to their death. We've got a clone bay. And I think I might be able to immediately pull them out the second they're all dead. Right? No? Maybe? Perhaps? Let's find out. Right, me, bro. Yep. No one needed to die there, and they didn't. Let's hope we got a few empty jumps at least, so my crew can heal up a little bit. I know we got a clone, but I could kill them off, but at this point, I think I got at least 1 or 2 jumps in me before I actually end up reaching problems, so. Not so much for that theory. So yeah, you have a mantis ship, so you can actually do piracy. Problem here is obvious, I would say. That that's probably a level 3 medbay right there. So even though the crew isn't really that powerful, they can heal up pretty darn quickly. And with that happening, I probably won't be boarding too much anymore as well. So I think we're just gonna try and kill the ship. Now, tell me again, Sleeper, that enemies do not target your crew effectively. That was just 2 shots on the 2 rooms where all my crew was in succession. So let's go over the odds. And I know I should just let it go. I don't really want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Now let's bring a calculator up. Probably should have done this. There we go. So that's 1 in 15, right? 1 in 15 is already just 6%. The fact that it can happen twice in a row means we'll have to multiply it by that same percentage times 0.6. Nope. 0.0666666666. 66666. Doesn't really matter at this point, but times 0.06666666. equals times 100 to get it in percentages is we have a chance of 0.4% of that ever happening. So congratulations, you sort of witnessed a small miracle here. And yes, my Windows is in Dutch. Because I don't really know, because it's really annoying actually. Anyway, with that little tidbit of screw you, the Forgotten. See what that medbay is made of. Yeah, no, it's only level 2. Ah, they're getting out of here, aren't they? There's no way I'm taking down that thing in time. Maybe I do. If I can get that teleporter up and running fast enough. Let's just get out of here. And if I go here, I'll be here. Then I can go back there. Let's just go. 0.4%. Not pleased with that. But not too much you can do about it either. This thing has air on it. From what I've learned so far, it usually also has a anti-personnel drone on board. Which it doesn't on this one, so that's really unfortunate for you people. Hey, it is a Mantis ship, right? So your crew should expect things like this. And so should you. Because piracy in this game is pretty darn powerful. I think the slugs have it suited best. They can do anything but take on slaves, with which is something that the Mantis actually can do. But the whole thing of accepting surrender and then still attacking them without any sort of repercussions other than them maybe getting away, while still getting the surrender offer, of course, is oh, you poor Mantis. And I'm assuming the same fate will happen with the engine. Let's see if I can maybe shoot down that thing. Maybe. If I was a bit soon, I could have shot down the swarm missile. Something you probably won't go actively looking for, but if you're just waiting for your crew to finish off the enemy, might as well try weird stuff like that, right? Sure, we got 2 shields. We might be fine. Because I do know that the first few seconds of entering an asteroid field, you really get bombarded with asteroids. And then it slows down to just a normal asteroid field. I think it was done to make asteroid fields a little bit more dangerous when you already have shields. Let's see if we can use our ion stunners again, because it is, well, I won't say them meant to be played like that, but they're not going to be doing too much other stuff with. This should stun if both of them land, of course. The one on shields and the one on piloting, meaning I should have free game on the one on weapons. Yep, Zoltan's gonna be dead long before the other 2 wake up again. It probably isn't gonna change too much, but imagine being able to board a ship with, well, having only 2 crew and with 2 enemy mantises on it, and you can stun one of them. You can stun both of the mantises when they're on separate rooms. being able to be 2-on-1 with one mantis before the other one comes in could really swing the odds your way. I think we're fine, although I could upgrade the engines. But doesn't really too much, because I'm not planning on finishing the run. Like I said, I got something differently planned for the Thursday episode. You're already sending me somewhere where I probably shouldn't be going, seeing that I'm low on fuel. And that's a full crew right there. Not the best one I had, I think, on my test flight. I had 2 NGs, 2 Zoltans, and 4 Mantis, which I enjoyed a bit more, I would say. So, here we go, we're running out of fuel, but we're at a store, so it does not matter. Yeah, that's really the systems I was looking for there, champ. I might get sensors, but the lifeform scanner is enough, and I usually hear it when there's something wrong with my own ship, so. Ship has a cloaking image. Ship has gibs that I also had to sort of as jury rig. So yeah, they're not the most beautiful gibs out there. A lot of straight edges on there, but hey, I'm learning to work with what's the GIMP? Yeah, so started learning with GIMP. So I'm not an expert on it. It took like 5 minutes to figure out how to change the color of something. I mean, in Paint, you just have a straight line of colors. You click a color, yeah, that's your color now. GIMP? No. No. You have to go through 50 phases. Then it turns out that your pencil is too big. How do I size that down? So I zoom in. Nope. Pencil still that big. But yeah, it's a bit more capable of doing nice things than the combination of Paint and PowerPoint. So no fires, and life support is still on 100. The all welcome. Well, they're probably gonna have to pull that sign down pretty soon. Probably won't be welcome for too much longer, let's just put it that way. We've got NGs, and we've got ion weapons. I think the NG gives you the biggest reward. So it would be stupid not to go with that. Alright, what are we getting? So yeah, 4 Manti. Now we can do 2 on 2. We've got a Colombe up, so I'm not too worried of what's gonna happen here. Just have to make sure that they do not make their way to the Colombe, or at least make sure that they can't do too much damage to it. I'll bring you two back, and you two can actually go fight. Didn't have too much resistance yet, but there we go. Then we can switch out the humans again, because you'll probably regenerate on your own soon enough. Alright, good enough. We'll let the Manti take care of it now, because they can use the experience. Halberd Beam makes me feel like an idiot for buying that Pike Beam, but that's stuff you don't really know well, while going in. Alright, everyone back to their stations now. amazed on how little fuel I had. I think on that first official test flight I saw, I ended up getting to Sector 8 with like 34 fuel or something. I know that's... yeah, around 30, 35. Long-range scanners, improved internal AI, navigation AI. Alright, let's beef up our weapons a little bit then. I think that counts as a little bit, wouldn't you say? Yeah, kind of amazed on how little our fuel has gone up. Okay, there better be combat here. There isn't any combat. Do we have anything to sell? The lifeform scanner, but I'd rather hold on to that thing. Oh well, looks like we're running out of fuel. We got a few jumps at least. Am I really gonna be a douche? No, because there's a good possibility that there's a good opportunity if I attack and loot, I won't get fuel from the reward of it. So this is yeah. Now it's a good thing that we souped up our weapons quite heftily. The reason for it being, we can now we might be able to destroy their medbay in one fell swoop. Okay, so here comes the... what exactly? You don't have any other systems on board of that thing. Let's do it! 4 Manti versus 6 humans, this should be a cakewalk, right? Might as well mess around with their weapons a little bit. No, because everything missed. Good. Good show, good show. There we go. Come on, final human. Ugh. There we go. Fleet delayed by 3 jumps. That should give us some time. I wonder how that works. I didn't destroy the fleet in the center of their advance. I had this work out. I don't know if the clone bay will actually save my butt here, but... well, doesn't matter. We won. Well, won. We stalled long enough in order for them to get their shit together and leave. Sure, we'll intervene. No medbays or anything. 3 humans versus 4 mantises. If I were a betting man, I'd say this was fixed. Cool. We'll end up going to that store. Maybe pick up cloaking so you can see the cloaking image. Oh, well, that works. I suppose my ship does stand out from your average Kestrel. Uh, Well, fine, let's show off the artillery. We'll soup it up a little bit. I'll get to see what the delay is actually like. Well, the cooldown. Can we not see that on the ship itself? Slow charging ion field projectile can deeply disrupt enemy ships. Yeah. Base cooldown doesn't say. I think it's either 13 or 26. I wouldn't mind it either way, knowing that the in between brackets legit artillery has a cooldown of 40 base cooldown, meaning it takes 50 seconds on level 1 because how artillery works. But I really hope we can get to that quest marker. Let's go to this stress beacon. Even if it's a trap, there's more likely to be something to do there. Take the weapon. And whoa, right, I went on. Right, there goes all of my stuff for the curator. Bloody awesome. So I get ASB on me, and I have no fuel of which to get out of here with. Yeah, seems legit. Need to get out of the shield room because I really don't want to stun my own crew with this thing. Yeah, jump away immediately. Oh, I got fuel now. Yep, curator is gone. Fudge everything. Oh well. Well, at least I got a bit of a reward from this thing. Drones everywhere. Well, the good thing is this ship doesn't have too much empty rooms of which the artillery can land on, so... Not gonna board. I really don't see the need of it. I think you can safely wait for the artillery to fire now. And there it went, hitting the drone. So let's actually get a sort of a timer up here. Probably have to be my watch then. Or I can just look at the timer above. Alright, let's see. We'll start doing it. Okay, 30 is where I started it. Ten seconds. 13. $20. Yep, it's 26. Meaning it will be 13 when you get it to level 4. I think it's pretty powerful. Truth be told, the thing I had planned on the anomaly was a tad more insane. That was a 4 ion damage plus 2 system damage with a much lower cooldown. Then again, it could get shot down by the fan drones. I'm not entirely sure if this thing can actually miss or not. I think it is, because it works just like an ion bomb, just doesn't need the missile thing. Anyway, there's the last bit of our fuel again. Hey, we can hang out together, or I could just kill you and take your fuel. So yeah, if this thing ends up giving me fuel, we're gonna have to have a pretty strict talk here. So they're just NGs, but there's only one room where I can fit all my people in. And that's the medbay. And I'd rather take out the medbay first before I actually boarded that thing. The missile is of the annoying kind, not anything really threatening yet. Good job on shooting down a drone. I think my mantises will be able to take care of this. Maybe. It'll be a while, but... for the good of my own people. Still no fuel. Well, the thing isn't going too well. Wow, we're already at Sector 5. Well, I'm actually thinking I'm about cutting it here. We'll probably just get out of here. You know what? Just in case I won't get any bad rap from stopping on stuff like this, I will go through with it. We'll have him cowering the medbay. Which should allow us to ionize. Sure, it's not. Oh, great! Now they took out the halberd beam. Oh, the enemy can't fire as good. Yeah, blah blah blah. Say what you want. Well, we could actually die here now. Well, the ASB missed, so that's something. You had to miss that one. You really had to miss. Just couldn't let it hit. No. Look, you're gonna die at some point. Just accept it. Well, there goes your artillery. Now stunners can actually go offline now. There we go. And we got fuel again. Oh, I don't get a... Well, that's not fun. I'm not being targeted anymore though. Oh, yep. Just had to open my mouth there. Well, there we go. That brings us out of harm's way. Told you I would be fine. Dude, you can't have my fuel, okay? I fought a gigantic cruiser shooting giant balls of plasma at me to get some, and you just asked me for them giving me 5 missiles, which is a thing I am nowhere near. Crap. Nowhere near as interested in as you might think. Yeah, that's a good way to end that. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode, and that's also gonna be it for this ship, because I've got, again, something special planned for the next episode. So, yeah. It's my ship, it's the Forgotten. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. Let me know what you think about the hull that I modified to my own means. There's probably never going to be a time where I create one from scratch, because I'm just bad at drawing. I mean, really, really bad. But yeah. If you had a chance to play with this one, let me know how it went. I'm really interested in knowing how people like or dislike my creations. At least on this one, I can sort of say it wasn't all my fault. Like I said, it was in collaboration with the Steam FTL forums. So you can also go blame LB Prime 234 and 21CB, the festive wagon, for that one. Really don't. They just threw ideas my way, and it was my judgment call to make this out of it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the series. Feel free to support by commenting, liking, and or subbing. And I'll be seeing you guys on next episode. Bye everyone.